who's part of the Celebrity Pace team here at the Metro Health Grand Rapids Marathon. And I am just wondering, what's in it for you to be a pace setter? What is your motivation to doing it?
My motivation? That's a good question. I started organizing the pace teams here when we first started the Grand Rapids Marathon. This is our 9th year now. My motivation was I wanted to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and I was not fast enough. And I ran the Chicago Marathon like about 10 years ago, and I needed to run a 3:15, and the 3:15 pace team passed me at like mile 23, and I knew I wasn't going to make it to Boston unless I stayed with that team. And I was fading, and I had to pick up my pace, and I had to get with that team and stay with them for the last 3 miles to get my 3:15. And having them there encouraging me and kind of pulling me along got me that extra little pace I needed at the end to be able to qualify for Boston. So ever since then, I was a believer in pace teams. When we started the Grand Rapids Marathon 9 years ago, Don was taking the lead and organizing the race, and I said, oh, wouldn't it be fun to have pace teams at this race? And he said, that's a great idea, you organize them. And so I've been doing it ever since, and we decided to have some fun with it. Oprah had just run a marathon not long before then, and P. Diddy had run a marathon like right about that same time. And we always had people ask us if like a certain pace would beat Oprah, would they beat P. Diddy? And we decided, well, why have pace teams, with fixed times? Let's just have Team Oprah, and they'll run the same pace Oprah did. And if you run with that team, you'll beat Oprah. So we have celebrity pace teams anywhere from about 3 hours to about 5 hours. Our fastest team is a 2:59, named for Lance Armstrong, which is a little controversial right now. We thought about maybe changing it, but there are no other celebrities who run a 2:59, so I think we're kind of stuck with Lance at this point. And Lance has had a rough year, so we really don't want to kind of pile on too much more on him.
He has. I'm also wondering, so how do you, when you're pacing somebody who's struggling, how do you help them continue to press on? What's your strategy then?
Well, a lot of it is mind games of taking their mind off of it, where we're telling stories, we're encouraging, we're getting them to do other things. Maybe we'll do little arm exercises for 30 seconds, and that'll distract them later in the race. And also you're helping them to run a smart race. By preventing them from going out too fast, too early, you're helping them to stay stronger at the end. By reminding them to eat and drink on a certain schedule, you're helping them to stay stronger at the end. So then they have a little bit more in them at the end. So, and then you're encouraging them in addition to that, and you're really helping those runners to run the best race that they can possibly run.
Left and right, left and right, both sides. Spread them out. Grab what you need.
Well, the first half marathon pacing team is in and under the goal, I think, which was 1:30 something. What's your name?
Ben Samine.
Jimmy Gross. Matt Smith.
Joe Cantwell.
So, that was a fast group, and the guy who ran with you set a PR. How about that?
That's what it's all about. We want to get out here and help people set their goals and achieve them.
Now, Matt, I know you've paced before, haven't you?
Yeah, this is my 6th year pacing, 6 out of 9, so got kind of a streak going. 5 not pacing, I'm usually racing it, so kind of doing every one. So.
Anybody new to pacing in the group?
Nope.
I think we're
all veterans?
Yeah, we're all veterans.
So why do you do it?
It's great to help other people accomplish the goals they set for themselves. Kind of a way to pay back to the racing community.
Well, we are at the Metro Health Grand Rapids Half Marathon with one of the finishers who ran with the pace group. What's your name?
My name is Tori Robinson.
Where are you from?
Yale, Michigan. It's on the east side.
Ah, that's right, yes. So what was your experience like today?
I'm so used to running by myself. It was great. They kept me on pace the whole way through. It was awesome. And I came in right on time.
Right on time, and the time was what, 2:14?
2:07 for us.
2:07?
Yeah, my goal was 2:10, so they kept me on pace. It was great.
You got it by 3 minutes?
And they definitely kept me the last 2 miles because I was dying.
Hey everybody, we are here with Gail Kuipers from Into Liquid Yoga. She's a yoga instructor and she's also a pace setter for marathons. And Gail, I'm just wondering, can you describe the benefits of yoga for runners in particular?
Yoga makes you more fluid, it balances any muscular imbalances that you might have, and it just makes you a more fluid runner. It also helps for mental acuity.
I also have a question about pace setting. When you're setting the pace for someone, what's your strategy for when they start to struggle? What do you do then?
when a person will pace with us, we try to keep them on task, because sometimes you tend to run way too quick, and like me, you jackrabbit first because you're so excited about the run. But try to keep them on pace and tell them, if you stick with us, you're going to be right where you need to be. You'll hit your goal, whatever that goal might be. And if they start to struggle, we kind of ease them into it as far as, maybe slowing down just a little bit, and then, trying to keep them going as long as they can, and to stick with us, maybe even talking to them a little bit and motivating, get their mind off of what they're doing. So that kind of helps to, motivate and to keep them going. And I love to pace.
All right. Thanks so much for talking with us.
No problem. Thanks.